The shuk is my second home, and the Beer Bazaar is my favorite room in the house. So, thank you to the Beer Bazaar. But this is a real shuk experience. Take a look. We got guys from another store right over here. That's from the coffee. Stopping? Whatever he said. Shukran, baby. All right. So let's get to know you guys a little bit. Just find out a little bit about you guys. Let's find out where you guys are from. Let's get the Americans out of the way. How many Americans here? How many New Yorkers? New Yorkers separate themselves. They're not like regular, Americans. We have New Yorkers and we have Americans, right? It's like, I remember I was doing like some, playing a basketball game here in Isreel, and like a bunch of New Yorkers, somebody from Chicago or something, he had some different rule. Chicago also? Alright. And like, they say, oh, we didn't realize you're an out-of-towner. I'm like, we're all out-of-towners. We're here in Israel, and it's like crazy like that. What about South Africa? Anyone? We're going to have a Leka Joel tonight. Australia? I like that. Is it because it's at the Beer Bazaar? Yeah. There you go. How about Sabras? We have any Sabras in the house? We're going to definitely get back to you guys later. I promise. And what about England? Cool. I wanted to say, how's it sound by the way? Can you guys hear me okay? Am I loud? Am I yelling? Can you hear me okay? Is it cool? Alright, good. So I want to say something about the English accent. Okay? I don't know if you guys realize this, but you were very lucky to have an English accent. Because, first of all, everyone trusts you. Okay? If I'm walking on the street, some guy walks up to me and says, "Yo man, can you spare a buck?" I'm like, no, screw you, get a job, But if somebody comes up to me and says, "Pardon me, but could you possibly spare $1?" I'd be like, "Whoa, man, you must really need it. Here, take 20, so try that." But there's something else. Okay, I'm going to explain this, I'm going to say it, you're going to be like, what the hell is he talking about? And then I'll actually explain it, what I mean. English accents make people think you're smart, and therefore English people can take any liberty they want with grammar. For example, an English person can take a noun, turn it into a past tense verb, preceded by the word absolutely or positively, and everyone knows exactly what they're talking about. Let me explain. I know that doesn't make any sense. Last night, I went out and I got absolutely tabled. What did I do? I got drunk, right? It's obvious, right? Positively lorried last night. But it doesn't work in other accents. If I, as an American, say, "Yo, man, last night I went out and I got totally bridged." What? What are you talking about, right? Completely baseball. Doesn't mean anything. Whatever. I love doing comedy here in the shuk because everybody knows that there's nothing better for comedy than the smell of rotting fish. Yeah. She says it's true. How about that? How many of you are visiting from overseas? You guys? We got California over here. Oh, California over there also, Esther. Okay. So, I gotta say for the rest of you, you're all over here. You've all moved here, yes? Yeah. Okay. So, I don't know about you guys, but I find that sometimes we have difficulty acclimating into new countries. Any immigrant. One of the things that I find challenging is that, like, driving in Israel is a problem for me because I'm a non-confrontational person by nature. And you know how it is, you stop at a light, as soon as the light changes, everyone's like honking their horn to like try to get you moving, right? So I think I found a solution. What I do is this. If I'm at a light and the light changes for me, somebody honks, I take a deep breath. Exhale. Slowly, I put the car into park. I take another deep breath. And then I get out of the car with a baseball bat. I go, "What the fuck's wrong with you, motherfucker? Why get the patience?" After that, it's amazing. There's no more confrontation. Right? Tough Israelis. Scare the crap out of those guys. I'm going to bring up our first comedian, but before I do, just a couple of logistic things. Please silence your cell phones. Unless your cell phone ringtone is like hysterical laughter, in which case I'll just keep calling you and we'll have it at the right times. Also, please, let's try to give the other comics here respect, and let's not talk while they're on stage. We really appreciate it. The waitresses and waiters will be coming around and eat more beer, more food. Bathrooms are upstairs if you need them. But I want to call to the stage an extremely funny guy, totally unique. This guy is French, okay? Lives in Tel Aviv. And when he's on stage, you really don't know what you're going to get. It's like really out there, and he's awesome. Please put your hands together and welcome David Smadia.
In the middle of the shuk, performing comedy in English. For me, it's a dream that comes true tonight. Thank you, everybody. I can stop my career. I'm so happy, you know, it's so amazing for me to perform in English, in Yerushalayim, and in the shuk, like the bonus in the shuk, it's great. I'm so happy. Thank you for being here, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for supporting comedy. Have fun. Cheers, everybody. Enjoy. Bon appetit. Have a great night tonight. You will have a great show. There are a lot of very funny guys, not like me. Don't worry, it will be amazing. So yes, I have two defaults. You say defaults? I have two bad feelings. I'm French, and I live in Tel Aviv. I'm sorry. Is there any French in the room? Make some noise, the French people? Okay. Yeah. Okay. So now you know there is no French beside me. So please make some noise if you like French people. Maybe it's because you live in Yerushalayim. Maybe French people here, you know, you have the best French people that come live in Yerushalayim. In Tel Aviv, it's not the same, I swear. It's really not the same. Guys, I didn't came alone tonight, and I don't have a lot of time on stage, so I will introduce my friends. Please make a big round of applause for Mr. Alfredo. Ladies, young ladies, good evening. Gentlemen, my name is Alfredo Bernini. And maybe you can hear in my little accent that I am an Italiano from Barcelona. And what I love the most on this earth, ladies and gentlemen, is the creation artistica. But not any kind of creation of artistica, no. What I like the most is painting. And tonight in this room, I know there is the artist that did these amazing paintings all over here, so we can make a lot of noise for him. Please make some noise for Sonny. He's here in the room. Make some noise for him. He painted in Yerushalayim all the faces that you can see in the show, in all the streets, and make this city a little bit more artistic than it is already. If I'm here tonight, it's because I need your help. I need your inspiration. So please, we're gonna all create together a masterpiece. This is from Don't say yes. This is it. It's all white. There is nothing. It's contemporary and out. No. But I need your help because I have no idea of what I can do here. So please, give me some words. Give me some 10. Come on. Please. Shout the word. Loud.
Ocean.
Ocean. What?
Ocean.
Kosher. Ocean. Ocean. Okay. Ocean. Okay.
Kosher ocean.
Madame. Come on. The word.
Diarrhea.
Diarrhea. Okay, we're gonna see what we can do with the diarrhea later. Okay. I'm sorry for you if it's what you feel inside yourself now. Okay, Ocean, diarrhea, come on. Please, sir. What? Mazal. Bazaar. Sorry, I don't hear nothing. Do you hear good here in the Beer Bazaar?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, good, yes. Sure. Good. Madam, can I have a word from you, please? School. Okay, Madam is a teacher, maybe. Good, school. Great. Okay! The first one was really easy, ladies and gentlemen. We asked me about the share. I take the half of this and make like a very agitated ocean. Yes! If you look fast, it's very beautiful. But you have to look fast. Don't worry. If you think that it will be beautiful at the end, it won't be. I swear. For my friend that feels very bad right now, and that is not here anymore, maybe he's already in the toilets.
A little bit of brown. Oh, disgusting. Oh, yeah,
It's a beautiful, black, very black and strong diarrhea that you can see here, ladies and gentlemen. Grazie, madame. Grazie mille. Look at my... Adorabile. For the ocean that you asked. You asked for ocean, but I ate kosher, you know. So, we're gonna ask, after I saw there is a rab in the room, to make the canvas kosher at the end, and to circumcise. I just did it right now. We're gonna see after what we can do with it. Ladies and gentlemen, I have almost finished with this. Before to go, I want to know if there is anyone here in the Beer Bazaar that wants to go home with this amazing canvas with for now only Machane and diarrhea. Is there any volunteer to go home with this? Oh, you really want to?
No.
I understand. Okay, let's try something else. I give 5 shekels for the one who go home with this.
You had to go up.
I give 7 shekels.
No.
I give 10 shekels. Yes, it's for you. Before you, you're the one, man. You're the one. It's before you. Just stay there. I'm coming to you. Thank you. Thank you. You are so nice. Thank you. Okay, we're gonna finish with the school, madam. For the school, ladies and gentlemen, I will do something that I still don't know. Don't worry. I take some red. I take some yellow. I put it all together and it becomes
Diarrhea.
diarrhea. Yes, exactly. same time, give me a huge boo! Come on, everybody! Now, louder! Come on! Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I will drop this. You still like the canvas like this? You want 5 chicken more for this? 15. No problem, I give you 15 right now. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. It was Alfredo for you tonight. It was such a pleasure to come in Yerushalayim for you and to create this that you can put it in your toilet, you know? As you can remember the creation and everything. I will go right now, but before I go, I want to introduce on stage the next comedian, ladies and gentlemen. He's amazing. I really love him. Please, give him some love. Give him everything you have inside, Mr. Idan Barkai!
Big round of applause for Alfredo Bernini, a.k.a. Machane, great comedian. Thank you. So, hello. What is this, like bread? Okay, just a bag of bread. That's great, there's syrup food here. Just make your own sandwiches. That's nice, very, it's very save money, great. Okay, so, hello, wow, so many people. Hi. Come on, say hi. Great, okay. So, I want to tell you some things about this. Okay. Great, so I've just been to, anyone here from Germany? From Berlin? No? Good, so I can tell lies about it. Berlin, I just visited Berlin. It was very disappointing because I know only one sentence in German. The sentence is, Die Frau ist auf dem Tisch, which means the woman is on the table. And I didn't get the chance to use it. That was very disappointing. It was my second time in Germany. I never used it. It was my only sentence. But I was closer the second time because I was in a place where there was a woman on a table. But no one asked me where the woman is. So I couldn't, and even if someone would have asked me, I wouldn't know because I can't speak German. And I didn't want to just go over to someone and say, Die Frau ist auf dem Tisch. That could have been weird. Die Frau ist auf dem Tisch. This is how you speak German, right? Shouting. Die Frau ist auf dem Tisch. Yes, sir. Great. It was very strange because when I was there, Donald Trump got elected. Any Americans here? Shame on you. That's terrible. Is this the end of the world? Is this it? This is how it looks? Yeah, Donald Trump like this. Well, I'll give you that. He's a great entertainer. He is very American. No, he won because he had a great slogan, right? Make America great again. Like it's something that stupid people can relate to. Right? It's like people speak about economy and stuff, and it's like, make America great again. Yeah! Alright! Yeah, I can relate to that. Make America great again, yeah! But I was in Berlin, and I thought like this sentence, this slogan, wouldn't work quite as good with the German candidate. Just a German guy going on stage. I want to make Germany great again! people like, yo. No. What? No, we don't want to be great again. We were great, it was terrible. A lot of people suffered. So don't. It's nice just the way it is. Just keep it nice. Okay, new slogan. Keep Germany nice. Please. Yes. Germany is so nice. Berlin is nice. I was walking around talking to people like nobody's working. I don't know how they do it. They just live there and they're not working. And I asked this guy like how come you're not working? You're not, like he said, I haven't been working for a year. Like, aren't you worried? How come you're not worried? So he leaned over and said, you know how come I'm not worried? Great economy and great drugs. This with the crazy look, the crazy Jack Nicholson look. Great drugs. Yeah, great drugs. I got so stoned in Berlin. You guys get high? Just four of you. Can you relate to stoners stories, please? Because that's all I've got. Like I'm a stoner, I'm an alcoholic, that's all the stories I've got. Just just lie to me, okay? Do you guys get high? Yeah! Wow, that's great, just my crowd. That's great. Because I got so high. First of all, like you get high, you don't know any German except for the first after ich. And I go on a train, like just a Jewish guy on a train, have no idea, first time on a train in Berlin, and I hear the announcer, a woman going, "Die Flagge, Flagge, Flagge," and all I hear is, "We know you are here, little Jew. You can't hide from us. Everybody knows you are here. You are about to be poisoned." It's just, I got stoned silly one night. Like I was sitting with a friend, with like two friends, two friends who live there. One is a very good friend, never smokes. The other one, they're only 4 months, already have the reputation of having the wackiest joints in Berlin. We were sitting together in a bar. He handed over a joint for my friend. Like my friend isn't smoking. He smoked a couple of puffs. I smoked like 4 big ones, and I'm like, woo! Wow, this is how I go when I get high. I leaned over to my friend like, this is strong. I leaned over my friend, do you feel anything? And he's like, I have no idea what's going on. So what happens to me when I get too high, like if I sit on a chair, I get too high, I get scared, I just sit down on the floor. This joint is very strong. This is how I go. So, the next morning, okay? Next morning, my first morning in Berlin, I take my pants, like the pants I wore last night, I take it, and there's a brown stain all over it. Like here, a brown stain, right here. I smell it, yeah, it's shit. I swear to God. Yeah, and some more stains here, yeah, it's a shit story. Do you guys shit? Just the 4 of you?
It's not that funny, man.
Yeah, a lot of shit. Anyway, just for the guys who do get high, this is a nice recommendation. Something fun I do when I get high. I go on AliExpress. You know AliExpress? It's like shopping online, very cheap, crappy stuff. Like you buy like 40 stuff for $12, right? So you buy it, you get high, you shop for things, and then you're not paying extra for shipment. So it gets to you at some point in your life. And when you get it, it's like a stranger is just sending gifts for you. Just, you have no idea why did I order a package of, how do you call these things that you play the guitar with? What? Picks. Yeah, I got like a package of 50 guitar picks. And I'm not even playing the guitar. I'm like, what was I thinking? Like this guy thought, okay, this is what we're gonna do. 2 a.m. Okay, we're gonna put more effort into the guitar playing. This is what we're gonna do. 35 years old, no wife, just we're gonna play the guitar now. This is something to do with my life, yeah. Anyway, I had this couple of years I was drinking too much and also had like a lot of antidepressants, and that's wrong. Like to drink and have antidepressants, not a good idea. I mean, it's really fun, but you're doing crazy things with your life. It's not very responsible. And at that time, I was also a teacher in elementary schools. And yeah, I know, not very responsible for the education system, I know. You know, to put me as a teacher, only graduating like film studies, getting me to be a teacher, like after film studies, like I didn't know how to be a teacher, didn't know anything about film, and they just put me there, and I had these crazy hobbies because I was so bad at this job and bored. So I just had this, like I was sitting in recess and just looking for a kid who looks like me. Like who resembles me, looks like me, just a smaller version of me. And I would look at this, nobody's watching, and I would run over. Okay, listen, we don't have much time. I'm you from the future. You need to, take care of yourself. You're gonna be their leader when the robots take over, okay? And then I would just go away. Don't tell anyone we had this conversation. And then I would vanish into the shadows, and he would never see me again, because they would fire me. Apparently, you can't do that to kids who aren't yours. One more thing you cannot do to kids who are not yours. I got fired from another school because of that, okay? I got this morning, like 8:30 in the morning. It's tough, I had like 30 kids, fourth graders waiting for me. It was terrible, and I got there really depressed because I had the antidepressants, but also beer. So, it doesn't work. The night before, though. The night before. Okay, so I got there, I did something wrong with the kids. I said to myself, okay, let's have fun. Let's have fun with the kids like they're my nephews. Alright, let's do that. I got into the class and I asked for a volunteer to clean the board. So I got this kid running over, a redhead, little red hair, maybe I liked him, maybe I didn't. It has nothing to do with the story, all right? So he ran over and I'm like, let's have fun like I'm doing with my nephews, right? Only he's not my nephew. He's like a stranger. He's a kid of someone I don't know, all right? So he's running over, a volunteer to clean the board, and I grab him by his shirt, okay? Not very sane at the time. Just grab him by the shirt, and I'm cleaning the board with the two fucking kids. I'm cleaning the board. Wrong, I know. But the kids were laughing. It was funny. I know comedy. All right? 2 more volunteers ran over. For that, they liked it. Like I cleaned the board with 2 more kids. The board was shining. I'm onto something. Like kids really clean well. So anyway, the next week I'm on my way on my bike to school. Got a call from Davidia, the principal of the school. And she's like, hey, I'm like, hey, Rita, what's going on? He's like, where are you? I'm like, I'm on my way to school. He's like, so don't get here. I got a couple of phone calls and emails. Did you wipe the board with some kids? And only then when I heard it, I realized it was wrong. I needed someone to tell me wiping boards with kids is wrong. All right, I get it now. And like, I didn't have anything to tell her except, listen, you had to be there. You know, it's one of those things. Thank you very much. Now, thank you. Now, a little change in plans. Cute comedian from the States is paying us a visit. Please have a warm welcome and applause for Gidi Hoffman.
Hi everyone. Like a lot of comedians, I'm also an actor. Some of you have given me that awesome look of recognition. Yes, I did serve you brunch last week. Good times. But I'm actually proud of my fledgling career because I learned a lot about myself. I know it sounds like a cliche, but it's true. For example, I was recently called in to audition for a commercial for Durex condoms. Yeah. Apparently people meet me and they think contraception. But see, the breakdown also said this. It said we're seeking girls who are attractive, but not unattainable. Apparently some girls unattainable, not me, those are your jams. Didn't get it. Gotta keep going in this biz, not to get too discouraged. I have another audition next week for something, a little sci-fi thing. And again, the breakdown says, we're seeking a girl next door type, a bit rough around the edges, pretty, in a trailer park kind of way. That is so good, I want it on my tombstone. So I'm visiting from LA, but I actually grew up in, some LAers here. I grew up in New York and Montreal. And I'm from a family of 10 kids. That's right, we were Hasidic Jews, you know, the black hats, the curlies, the long skirts, you know what I'm talking about. Super Jew. People always ask me, wow, what was that like? Is that so nice to come from such a large family? So I'll sum it up in a series of snapshots. Everybody out! I said the kitchen is closed! Goodbye, kids. Have fun in summer sleepaway camp for 6 weeks. Now remember, Goldie, no news is good news. Hi, this is Dale Customer Support. How can I help you? Everybody shut up, I can't hear anything. You calling from a dorm? No, it's my house. I'm 13. They can't move out until they marry me off in a couple of years. So dating in Montreal was interesting. I dated all types of cultures. I even dated an Arab for a couple of years. And it was a little interesting. I was like, should I share this story? And we had a good run. My mother freaked out because, of course, she's a Jewish mother, and I'm here with a husband, an Arab. But we actually had a good run. I even took some Arabic lessons. My mother freaked out because they were in Islamic studies building at school. Told you I don't think she's safe for a young Jewish girl to be in that building with those people. Yes, Ma, you're right. Because there must be a bunch of Arab terrorists roaming the halls of McGill taking beginner's Arabic. And actually, then you'd be wrong. Because if terrorists were here, I'd be in the safest building on campus. This is the one building we wouldn't touch. You did not see eye to eye on that. So, been watching, I'm gonna say, anybody here getting sick and tired of people's Facebook brag posts? Yeah! You know what I'm talking about? The kind of posts that just demand congratulations and accolades? Like day number 60 sober. Because I just feel like if you're honest, like if I were to post something like day number 3,500 of barely hanging on, but keeping it together. Teetering off the edge, but not over it. Borderline alcoholic, but technically not addicted. Nobody's saying, congrats, keep going, you're so right here. I'm gonna wrap up here because they just threw me on here. But I'll leave you with this. Any long-term relationshipers here? Come on. Well, I'm in one. And of course, my single friends a little jealous. They're like, "What's your secret?" I say, "Well, I can't take all the credit, but it's a choosy. Pick someone who's spontaneous. You know, my guy is always doing fun stuff to keep the spark alive. Like just last week, he surprised me while I was taking a shower. He burst open the door, ran to the toilet, and started shitting. Some people get flowers, 1,000 ways to say I love you. And on that wonderful, loving note, that is my time. So thank you for letting me jump up. Big thank you to Joel. And Gidi Hoffman. And next up, you have an awesome comedian. You know her. You love her. Molly Livingstone.
Is celebrating their 6-month poly-anniversary. They've made a name for it. Let's give them a round of applause. Because when it comes to 1 year, we're going to just be crying, okay? And actually, just to be, I know you guys are all probably really judgy people. That's great. I have my high school principal and my favorite high school teacher, also from LA, sitting in front of me. They can grade and judge me as well. Doing? Yes. Look at all the Jews that came out for a free show. I knew you would. Joel did too. He's like, we'll make it free and then we'll pack them in. And here we go. Because you know what? Even, I want you guys to know something. Jews, we love free, right? We do. We do. So much so, yesterday, the Jerusalem municipality gave away free Christmas trees. I don't need a Christmas tree. I want a free Christmas tree. You know what I'm saying? It's like we're here in the shuk. I love the shuk. It's dirty. You can get anything you want here. Maybe you call it stealing. I call it a free sample. The king, listen, I don't like marzipan. But when the king of marzipan, the marzipan king, hands you his cocoa-flavored marzipan for free, you eat it like a good subject, right? I know, and I think that as well as being Jewish and I like free stuff, I think it comes from like daddy issues. I know my dad, so cheap, right? We used to go, they had the C's candy store, during the holiday season. They give you free samples when you purchase something. Not my daddy, he figured out the loophole. You go in, you ask them very kindly, if I were to send a box, 2-pound box to New York by tomorrow, could it arrive? And could it be, how much would it cost? Let me get that for you, sir. And while I'm figuring that out, why don't you have a free sample for you and your daughter? And then he has to push it a little bit more. A 4-pound box, How much would it cost if I wanted to get it to New York? So you see what I'm saying? I had these like free, but he always reminded me, you know, as well as being cheap, that we were Livingstones. Livingstones have the Livingstone curse. That's basically anything that bad could happen, would happen. And I think that's why I made Aliyah. Not because anything bad could happen, would happen, but more actually, I got rid of that name. Do you want to know how? Because it happened to me. So when you move here, I don't know if this has happened to you guys, but I had to get my name. I had to get my ID card. I didn't speak a word of Hebrew. Anybody else do that? Go on birthright, get sucked in? Didn't speak Hebrew? Just me. Cool. I'm the lesson, no, don't do that. So I had to put faith in the Misrad clean worker that she was not going to ruin my name. And she spelled it, Mem, Vav, Lamed, Yid. So I'm no longer Molly, as you guys once knew me. I'm a Mooly. And really, it's not a name, it's more like a sound before you grow up, right? Even Israelis won't do it. They're like, Mooly, Mazay Mooly. I don't know. It's not like I didn't want to grow up and be a Mooly. And then I have my middle name, Rose, never used it, but because they don't like the Mooly, which I get, they call me Roz, but that's not Rose, but I'll take it. And Livingstone, like, let's be honest between you and me, I mean, has no Jewish ring to it, not kosher, so that's Levinson. So now I'm a Mooly Roz Levinson. Daddy curse is gone, but here's what I did do to myself. I married a Yemenite Jew. Okay, what does that look like? Let me explain it, or let me sound it out. The last name has an ayin in it. Who's American? So we've got black holes, okay, in the back of our throat where the ayin goes in, okay? My name is Tanami. What's that you said? I don't know. So my name is actually Muli Rod Livingstone Tanami, or Muli Tanami, which, if we're being honest, sounds like Chinese food, right? I became Chinese food. It's weird. I'm not proud of it, but it is who I am. Yeah, I got rid of the name. Yeah, by the way, any of you have like your weird names now? Be honest. What is it? What is it? Say it loud. Say it loud. It rhymes. Livingstone, Sharon, Aaron, Sharon. Okay, this is a drinking game. Just drink it. We attempted to. Liron, Sharon, Aroni, Karon. Okay. So here we are. You know, it's holiday season again, but doesn't it feel like it's always holiday season, right? We went from building sukkahs to looking like sukkahs, right? Because we just keep eating the soup kaniyot. Like, the sukkahs were not even down, and they got the soup kaniyot out, and you're just like, I should be eating this. I mean, you can tell the terrorists, stop terrorizing, we've got this. We're eating ourselves to death. Okay? You don't need to knife us. We're doing it, right? Yay, Jews. So, but you know, it is like holiday season all the time. Why? Well, in America, they start with what? The Christmas music, October, November. Israel, all year long, right? It just keeps playing. How about in America, day after Thanksgiving is Black Friday, right? The day when you get all the presents dirt cheap, maybe there's a stampede, we don't talk about it. Israel, Black Friday, 1 month. Yeah, Black Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 3 weeks later, still Black Friday. And here's the best part though. We don't even get presents on Hanukkah in Israel, so I don't get it at all. That's okay. What other things don't happen here on Hanukkah? You don't get vacation. I mean, your kids get vacation. You don't get vacation, okay? And also, there's no Hanukkah bush. I grew up reformed. So sorry. I'm going to use that Christmas tree, though. No, so I'll tell you, though, like anyone who's a parent in the room, who's a mama or a papa, an ima or a abba, what's happening at Hanukkah? So many Hanukkah parties in the school that we're forced to go to. But personally, I don't think it's a Hanukkah party. I think it's baby's first grade, okay? Let me explain, because some of you who haven't had children yet, you're going to want to think this one through, okay? Listen to what I'm going to tell you. You walk into the room, and the daycare area where they've been playing, this is where your child's daycare used to be and they used to play, it's now a club. Thank you for noticing how we blacked out the windows. What is that? It is strobe lighting. Take a seat in a tiny little chair, go on and feel awkward, but not for too long. Get up and dance. That's right, there's trance music to Ma Otsur. Yeah. Keep dancing until you actually have a seizure from the disco ball. That's right, I don't know if I took drugs before, or maybe the dominant roofied me. I don't know what's happening. I'm still dancing. It's still happening until it's finally over and the lights go on and they shove a soufania from Rami Levy in my mouth. Doesn't get cheaper. I can literally taste the artificial jelly just going down my throat as they shove Hanukkah swag into my hand that I know is going to break before I make it home. That's Hanukkah. So if you're thinking about having children, that's just maybe one reason to think about birth control, okay? No, but like I used to go to parties all the time and have fun. My parties are weird. That's a weird party. You know where I was on Sunday? Celebrating a birthday of an Arab from Gaza. Yeah. Okay, left wingers, great. No, just kidding. They're moderate. Okay, so the thing is that he basically said, I hated Jews most of my life. Like 17 years. He's 18 now. No. He was turning 22. Come on. No, so he said, I really hated Jews. You know, I grew up in Gaza and I learned all about that. And now I've seen the ways and I'm a good Christian. And really my birthday wish is to just celebrate with as many Jews as possible. Which I thought, I'm going to die. But this is a good one. Oh, eating the goosh? Sure. That's safe at a cafe. Yeah, bring all my Jewish friends. Okay. Here we go. It was special, though. It really was. And what's even crazier is that who organizes the event? but a woman who survived a terrorist attack by Palestinian terrorists. She organizes events on the day, 6 years ago, that it happened. And as she hands him a knife to cut the cake, and I'm telling you, we got like settlers, and we got the religious people, we got the lefties going, you guys take it on, you go. No, it was very scary. There were so many Jewish people, like, we're all like, yay, don't, yay. Very sharp knife. It doesn't need to be that sharp to cut cake. And who knows Allahu Akbar, but the terrorist survivor herself. And so we're all like that awkward laugh, you know, don't do it. But it was special. And like, okay, I used to go to parties for 21-year-olds and was like, you can drink now. Now we can survive terror and hang out with Arabs in Gaza. It's cool. What did I do the day before that? I had a Shabbat Kala, right? We had a bride getting married. So we made her a little condom crown. Everybody does that, right? We tried to be Jewy about it. So we came up with something cute, penis words from the Torah. How many? Did I say penis and Torah in the same sentence? I did. And totally, I'm telling you, we literally found all the different ways. And there are so many. I don't care if I tell you this religion sounds patriarchal, okay? There are so many ways to say penis. You want a few? Of course, this guy's like, bring it. I want to know everything. There's gezer, carrot. There's basar, meat, right? Because you gotta have for vegetarians and the meat eaters. Everyone's got to feel good. And then there's everything in between. But this is what boggles me about Judaism and Hebrew. So here you have like literally 500 ways to call it a penis. And then you think about other words, right? Some words, it's like they take all these words and they just make it one word. Do you guys want an example? Yeah. Okay, great. Oh, very eager. So I failed an open, give me something. Okay, so the word narti. It is a cell phone case. It is a case. It is your vagina. Okay, because that's apparently a case as well. So you have 500 words for penis and then just narti, cell phone case, or vagina, whatever you got. And that's great. And you know what? And I've learned these mistakes, okay? And I call them mistakes and I own them because I have a child who's in Kita Aleph and I don't know Hebrew. Like, that's what I've learned. I'm learning. And I've embarrassed him so much. I had to get him, you know, these things, because he goes to a religious school. So I went to the rabbi and I bought tzitzis. I asked for the big tzitzis. I asked, if you guys don't know that, I asked for big boobs. I asked if my 5-year-old could wear big boobs to school. To the top school. Because why would they make those words so close together? That seems unfair to everybody, right? So that's it. And then I have to, you know, write emails to people. How are you doing, Molly? My uncle and my aunt say, I'm great, and the kids are great, and the husband's great. But then, like, I think, why can't I just tell the truth, right? Dear auntie and uncle, they're British. Today we woke up, let me explain, the kids won't wake up, so I scream at them till they do. I beg for mercy if they just get out of bed. Then I force them to pee, which they refuse to do. And then they both finally decide to do it at the same time. I have to yell penis down. I yell penis down all the time. I never thought I would yell penis down, but now I do all the time. Then we force them to put on clothes, because we live in a society, okay? Then we fight over green bowls. They have to have green bowls. And then they fight over how much cereal's in the bowl, because if I gave that one too much, then you're dead. That's only 7:10 in the morning. I then get a WhatsApp, more good news about my fragrant neighborhood. Turns out the local pizza shop was actually a front for selling cocaine. That's right, it's a pizza shop, the only one where you can either buy Coke in a bottle or in a line. And that doesn't even compare, right? That's why the kids were addicted, we figured it out. But it doesn't even compare to last year's news about the neighborhood when the local bakery, and I'm not joking guys, turned into the local rapery. That's right, a mafe and katsav, a mafe and cafe was actually just rape and sodomy. And that's my neighborhood. How's my husband, you ask? He's great. He's an archaeologist. He says he has archaeological emergencies. That makes no sense. I'm calling her Tippy. And me? I'm good. I'm trying to find meaning in life and just look in the mirror and give myself affirmations. Muli Tanami, you are more than just Chinese food. One day you will perform in the shuk. That's right. care what they tell you, is just a crazy place, isn't it? The shuk is like I'm in the shuk doing, I just can't. It's just amazing. Are you guys so excited for how cool this is? I'm so excited to be with you guys. And I want to tell you another crazy thing. And this thing, I love this. Israelis have literally no fear. Have you ever seen this? They are not scared of anything. We have terrorist attacks. People come up to you and will stab you. Do you know what Israelis do? They become everyday heroes. They've used an umbrella. They've used a selfie stick. A selfie stick, that is the first and only time a selfie stick was used for good, right? A guy who was playing a guitar, he whacked one over the head to save some people. He owns 500 guitars now. All the Jewish mothers were very concerned he couldn't play. He needs to play. That's the kind of people we are. You see rockets flying, you see Movie running to a shelter because she's only got 90 seconds to live and I want to die next to this cat litter, okay? Because when it happens, I'm going to die, right? Do you guys ever have that fear like rockets will kill you? Not Israelis, no. They won't even, have you ever seen them? They go like to the second floor, but they can't commit to walking down another 2 floors for death. Like the chance of dying, they're like, mommy, malasot, right? It's a flying trash can. Just like, I'm impressed, I'm pooping, but they're great. But then you see the other side of the Israelis, and you realize, actually they are afraid of just one thing. Do you guys know what it is? Rain! It's snow. It's snow. Rain is good. They do. They get nervous when the rain comes. I'll tell you what. Last week, there was a 1.5% chance of snow. Okay? That meant that 2 weeks before, they started closing down the roads. Okay? The mayor of Jerusalem, he sent out an emergency letter explaining that we've got tractors. We don't have snowplows, okay? But we do have tractors. They sent a letter to parents to tell us, educate us how to dress our children. Just in case, snow hits us, they should probably wear jackets and socks. And then nothing happened. But we were ready. When we go to war, we don't know if we're going to send the reserve up. But when there is snow, that same woman, remember her? She's in the market shitting herself, buying as many water bottles as she can. Here's my thing. I don't think we should have shelters. I think we need igloos. I think it's a serious problem. And do us one more favor. Nobody lets us out of the room because if Hamas only knew, right? They just start sending snow machines over and get the Jews running. So I want to thank you guys. Stay safe.
Livingstone, everybody! I hope you guys keep drinking, keep eating. The waiters are going around. If you want something, just look for one and order it, all right? So, since Molly already broke the ice, I feel the need to talk a little bit about terrorism, all right? So, I don't know if you guys heard about this, but literally 2 weeks ago, there was one of these terrorists who got off a bus and from about 15 meters away started running at 10 soldiers with a knife. And of course he got himself killed because what the hell, like there was like, But it got me thinking, if a jihadist gives up his life for Allah and doesn't take any infidels with him, is he still an asshole? I think so. Yeah. Frankly, I think that instead of him getting his 72 virgins, he's going to be one of somebody else's. Ooh, I got a little too close now. Oh, thank you. I gotta say, my nephew is in the Army. He's the first one in our family's combat soldier. We're super proud of him. And he was stationed in the Shuk. Yeah, give it up for him, Moshe. He's awesome. He's awesome. And he was stationed in the Shuk. And he told me that, all these, Palestinians, they march at them every day, they throw rocks at them, and there's nothing that they can do. All they're allowed to do is shoot tear gas canisters, he says it doesn't even do anything. He's like, they're used to it already. They're acclimated. They don't even wear masks. They just like pick up the canisters and throw them back. I have a solution. Instead of us shooting canisters of tear gas, let's shoot canisters of marijuana. Yeah, give it up for weed, right? Get those guys so wasted, the only thing that they'll be able to throw is an awesome party. Right? And then, it's like, it's fair, right? They're throwing rocks at us, we're getting them stoned. And nobody will complain it's inhumane treatment. Because what could be more humane than sharing your weed? Am I right? Wow, nobody likes weed. I think it's a great thing in terms of that. And no one likes sharing. He likes sharing, by the way. Warren likes sharing. Anyway, what I wanted to say though is, anybody here speak any Arabic? Nobody? We got one back there. Shukran, baby. One thing I've learned, I'm a tour guide, and one of the things I've learned as a tour guide, learned a little bit of Arabic. One of the things I've learned is that, so you guys know the city of Nablus, what used to be called Shechem in biblical times? How did it get the name Nablus? Because it used to be called Neapolis. 2,000 years ago, when the Romans rebuilt the city, they named it Neapolis, which means new city. But the problem is that there's no P sound in Arabic. And so, Neapolis became Nablus. This is the truth, okay? And so, it explains so many things to me. Like, why it is that when I drive around in an Arabic neighborhood, I see signs everywhere that say, no barking. And it's everywhere, okay? So, like, Neapolis became Nablus. They don't drink Pepsi, they drink Bebsi, right? Instead of the peace process, they have suicide bombers. It's everywhere. But this is changing. You can laugh out loud instead of covering. No, but what happens is that a lot of Arabs now are becoming more upwardly mobile, and they know that in order to succeed in business, they need to speak the language better, speak English especially better. And so they train themselves, they taught themselves how to say the P sound, which is great. Well, the problem is that some of them think all B's are supposed to be P's. Okay, so like their favorite politician is President Obama, although not for much longer, I guess. I know that on their side they have, Abu Mazen. That's his Simpsons nickname, Abu. People thought that Abu Mazen was rooting for Netanyahu to win in the last elections. I know why. Nobody's going to make fun of him if his opponent's nickname is Pee-Pee. All right, we'll move away from there. We'll move to Hebrew. Okay, so who here took Ulpan? Yeah, we got some Ulpan people here. So here's what happened to me in Ulpan. So I went to Ulpan and they taught us words like angry and guilty, but they didn't teach us how to say calm and innocent. And we I don't want to say that all Israelis are negative, but we asked them over and over again, how do you say innocent? How do you say innocent? And finally they said, just say not guilty. Okay, I'll try that. So I'm at a bar, I'm hitting on some Israeli girl, and I'm trying to impress her with my Hebrew. And I'm like, your eyes are so not ugly. She said, oh, it's a Hamoud. I'm so not going home with you. She was not interested. Oh, thank you for the sympathy, I appreciate that. I got over it. But Hebrew is an amazing language. You guys realize that 100 years ago, nobody spoke Hebrew in the world. It was a dead language because there was no words for all of the important modern day things. And until along comes a guy named Ben Yehuda. This is the guy responsible for giving every Oled Hadash a headache. Okay? And basically, he invented words for all these things, and he created single-handedly and revived the Hebrew language. And we respect this and we honor him by naming a street after him, right here in downtown Jerusalem, where you can't hear a word of Hebrew spoken. I try to learn all the important, real, genuine Hebrew words, like mangal and sababa and helicopter, right? It's the real Hebrew words, right? Yeah. So something else that bothers, I don't know about you, man. How's your Hebrew? Good. What is the hardest part of Hebrew for you? This is exactly what I want. I'm glad you mentioned that. I didn't plan her. She said, Zachar Nekeva, male and female. This is the hardest thing I think for English speakers because there's no logic to what is Zachar and what is Nekeva. Like, this stool, how am I supposed to know if it's a male stool or a female stool? To look between the legs? There is no logic to it, okay? And there's no rules, and there's lots of exceptions. But when I was in Opan, they taught me one rule. They said there's one rule you can count on. Body parts that you have two of, hands, ears, eyes, legs, are feminine. But there's an exception. Does anybody know what body part that we have two of is actually masculine? Shadayim. Tits is masculine. Where is the logic in that? And you all just learned, okay, you're going to say, oh no, it's okay because men have breasts too. Well, Molly just taught you a very important Hebrew word, nartik, okay? That is masculine too. What person creating language decides that vagina is masculine? I mean, maybe it's for us, I don't know, but still, it's crazy. I don't know. There's other things that frustrate me. Question, you're from England originally, right?
Correct.
All right. Do you buy things in England that you could just easily buy here? Your friend's nodding. What's your name? Chevy. Chevy, you buy things in England that you could buy here, that they sell here, right? And that are not exorbitantly priced, right? This is ridiculous and it bothers me. And so I decided I'm not going to do this anymore. Why do I need to go and buy underwear in the United States? They sell underwear here, it's perfectly fine. So I needed underwear. I go to Beer Bazaar. I look in the section with all the underwear. There's a whole bunch of them. I find one that's not too expensive. And it's called Machane. I don't even know what that means, but that's what it's called. And I buy my underwear. I bring it home. The next day, I need to, put them on. I open the package, I put them on, and I'm like, okay, they're comfortable, they fit well. I can do this. This is cool. And so I'm going through and everything's fine until I have to go to the bathroom. So I go to the bathroom, and I go over to the urinal. Somebody's laughing already, you didn't know what's going to happen. But I go over to the urinal, and I unzip my fly, go to the bathroom, and here's where the problem happens. There's no vent in front of these underwear. Okay, I assume women know this, but just in case you don't, getting twisted around on this, here we go. Just in case you don't, men's underwear has a vent in front so that we can go to the bathroom and pull our guy out without having to pull down everything, okay? These underwear do not have this. Now I know what you're all thinking. I did not put them on backwards. I checked when I got home, there's no vent in the other side either. And no, they were not women's underwear, okay? I was in the men's section, okay? There is no vent on these underwear. And I'm like, God, Israel, everything has to be a struggle and a negotiation. I gotta bargain just for a hole in my underwear. But I gotta go. So I'm here at the urinal and there's nothing here. So I'm like, all right, you know what? Maybe I'm gonna pull down the top of the underwear, pull myself over the top, and I'll be that way. She's wincing because she knows that doesn't work. It's like cutting off the flow, it's not comfortable. So I try to adjust it and it snaps up and there's pee flying everywhere. And it's tough, it's hard, so I stop. I'm like, all right, I gotta do something, right? So I got no choice. I gotta go back to when I was 8 years old. I unbuckle my belt, unbutton my pants, drop trowel around my ankles, pull down my underwear, and I'm peeing, standing here like this. Some Israeli dude walks in and he looks at me and he's like, Efu Abba Shulcha? Where's your dad? Tell him not to buy Machane. And so, this taught me two things. First of all, it taught me that clearly Israeli men are anatomically different than we are. And second of all, I'm going back to buying underwear in the States, okay? Where they're not too cheap to put a hole in the front. Sorry. I get worked up. Thank you very much. I get worked up over this. But it doesn't make any sense. I don't know. So somebody before mentioned names that people have trouble with. How many of you have a name that Israelis can't pronounce? Round of applause. Who's got a name Israelis can't pronounce? Got one in the back? What's your name?
It's not Messi.
It's not. Oh, it's Missy back there. Right. So people say Missy. Do they call you Miyasi or something like that?
Oh, Messi, you made it.
Messi. Yeah. You don't look like a soccer player. Yeah. Who else has a name people can't pronounce here? Anybody? Sherry, what do they call you here? Sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. No, you are. I have a Hebrew name, but I don't use it. I use my English name. My English name is Joel, and that's what I go by. It's on my 2 dots of food. It says Joel. Okay, it's got like a gimel with a chukchik on top, what we call a jimmel. And this causes some problems because that's not a name here in Israel. Okay, so I go to Aroma and I order a coffee. They say, "What's your name?" And I say, "Joel." "Ah, okay, mazed." And I say, "Come on, Yoel. It's like Yoel, but in Jimin." She's like, "Ah, okay, right." She writes it. That's not the problem. The problem comes that the guy who's bringing my coffee, he didn't hear our conversation. So when he brings out the coffee, he looks at it and he goes, "Goel. Efo Goel." And I'm like, "Yeah, that's what we're all wondering, buddy." But it's true, I am the Mashiach. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, and like, like people say you should use your Hebrew name, it helps you to acclimate better into society. And like, I feel pretty well acclimated, I'm fine, I find myself yelling at strangers on the street, When I was in America, it bothered me. Like, I lived in New York, I lived in LA, like cities with big Spanish-speaking populations. It really bothered me when these racists would walk up to people and go, "Hey man, you're in America, speak English." But now, I find myself doing the same thing. I walk over around Jerusalem, and I'm like, "Hey man, you're in Israel, speak English." So, yeah, I'm a tour guide, as I said. Anybody here do taqlit? Nobody? A couple? Oh, Molly did it, I remember, yeah. So I've done taqlits before. You guys might know it a little bit better. Like, basically taqlit, it's like you get like a bunch of 18 to 26-year-olds, put them on a bus for 10 days in Israel. You guys probably know it better by its American name. Drunken orgy. But, yeah, she's like, yeah! Of course, the Taqlid umbrella organization, they don't think that really represents their brand. They would rather be called a Zionist orgy. That's what I say, make Jewish babies, Yeah. So, how many have been on Taqlid? By a round of applause, just so I can hear? All right, so 5, 6. If you don't know, it's free, okay? So you're not staying in nice hotels. You're staying in crappy hotels. What's that? You stay in nice hotels? Oh, nice. You were with a Dodge. You're at Hillel Group, right? Maybe, I don't know. Most of us don't stay in nice hotels. And the funniest thing about these hotels is the names. Okay, so, for example, I stayed at a place in Tiberias. It's called the Astoria Hotel. Not the Waldorf Astoria, okay? Just the Astoria. And I wanted to think, do they realize that by leaving off one word, it doesn't, maintain that ambiance of luxury. It just reminds people of a dumpy neighborhood in Queens. And then I looked at the hotel and I said, they probably knew it already, actually, There's another one here in Jerusalem that a lot of Taqlid stay at called the Caesar Hotel. This guy's nodding his head, he knows. That's a crap hotel, right? I'm like, what a brilliant name for a hotel in Jerusalem given our wonderful history with ancient Rome. I hear it's part of a whole chain, along with the Arafat Inn and the Hitler Suites. It's crazy. But one of the things that Israeli tourists, what they love so much is food in Israel, right? That's probably the thing they love most. But I realize it's not just the food that Israeli like. They like the names of our food, right? It's true, it's a lot more fun to say, or to try to say, hummus than to say humus, or hummus, right? And our food, it sounds like what it is, get a frying pan, throw in some vegetables, some eggs, fry it all together, shakshuka, right? Or you eat some meat on a spit, you're not feeling it, you go to the doctor, I got an upset stomach, right? And he listens, he sounds like shawarma, right? That's it, right? But we were talking about names before, and I find that Israelis, I love Israeli names. You guys like Israeli names?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
They're beautiful. All the Israeli names these days, one of the trends is like unisex names, same names for boys and girls, like Ol and Gal and Abraham. You know, really nice music things. And I wonder, are there names that will never become unisex? Like I'm waiting till the time that I meet some big burly Israeli man who's like, Shalom, I'm Iris. This is my sister Golan. And speaking of Golan, in other words, I love that the Israelis love to use place names. They're so Zionist. All the different places in Israel, like Golan and Carmel and Netanya. Will we ever meet people that are like, yeah, these are my twins, Beit Shemesh, Beit Shan? Yeah, I know that they're fat, but hey, at least I didn't name them Beit Lechem, you know? Or like, you know, like, I don't know, like, the ones that are really pushing the envelope, they're the ones that are naming after foods. Okay, I met this Yemenite couple, and they're complaining that their son is having trouble in school. I'm like, how do you get upset that he's a hothead when you named him Shuk? Or you get the people that they want to make sure the Americans that come here, they want to make sure their kids don't go back to America, so they name it after fava beans. This is my son, Fool. He's never going to have a problem here. But, you know, we get our revenge on the Israelis, right? Because they can't pronounce our names, but we also like to make fun of them. Because they have certain names that don't work either in America, and they all want to go to America. What are the names, Israeli names that don't work in America?
Osnat.
Osnat.
Guy
Oh, Shai, that's an interesting one. I heard that before. What else? Moran. Correct.
Guy Penis.
Tamar, why? They just can't pronounce it, but it's not. The one that I heard recently that I never really thought about before is no feet. No feet. Yeah, that's a name. Yes, that is a name. She's like, shut. Doo-doo, exactly, that's the other one. So anyway, we get our revenge. But honestly, I've been making fun of it. I love Israel. You guys love Israel? Israel is an amazing country, okay? We go and invent some of the top green, clean energy technologies in the world that we don't use, right? They call us the startup nation, but we act like a third world country. Now let me explain, like what do we call instant coffee in Israel? Nace. It's a miracle! Dude, check this out. Here's some powder, okay? Pour some hot water in it and take a look. Oh my God, it's coffee! Look at that! It's crazy! It's a miracle! We got more cell phones than people in this country. What do we call it? Telephone. It's a wonder. Ooh, how does that thing even work? You know? And every stupid corner grocery, every stupid little McCullough is a super. I'm sorry, if that little McCullough is super, Whoopi Goldberg is an Ashkenazi Jew. If a Korbo Shaldudu is actually super, then Microsoft is a problem you can solve using Viagra. Okay? And the problem with naming every stupid little grocery super is what do you do when you actually have a supermarket? That is how we ended up with an entire supermarket chain called Mega. Because it had to be bigger than super. And when I first moved here, my local grocery was called Mega Bowl. And I assumed that there was a whole chain of supermarkets called Bowl, and that this one was a bigger one, so it was the Mega Bowl. And I thought this because I speak English. But in reality, Mega is the chain, Bull means target. And so it's a smaller version of the Mega. So let's figure out what happened. We had a super, we made it bigger, we called it a Mega. We had a Mega, we made it back super, again, we called it Mega Bull. Brilliant, right? Why don't they just go back to calling it super? And then we have 12 Nobel Prizes in this country, and yet we cannot invent a taxi cab where the meter doesn't break when a tourist gets inside. And we have amazing technologies that we create. Waze, Mobileye, amazing things, right? And yet, how do you keep your place in line in every government office? You take a little paper ticket like you're in a 1950s bakery. It said, like my bituach lumi check and seedless rye, please. But speaking of Waze, who here uses Waze? Who does not use Waze? Anti-Semite. My favorite thing about Waze is the character voices. You guys know the character voices? Like instead of just directly, right? Like for example, you have like Arnold, right? Instead of saying like let's go, he says you will be back. And as this young lady just said, boy band, exactly. Boy band! One of my favorites. It's like when you get to the intersection, turn left. Right? So the other day I opened my Waze see what it is. I put in my destination, and as it's calculating the route, Benny says, please to go straight for 50 meters. And when you get to the round the kikar, please to make a straight. Okay, it's not really straight, it's kind of straight, a little to the right. We call it Israeli straight. I'm like, alright. I go, oh, and after the kikar, the road, it changes its name. We never keep the same name the whole road, this is only for stupid Americans like you. But as you know, I'm American, but you know. So I'm driving and I'm following directions, and then I miss a turn. And Benny says, why you don't listen to me? You ask directions, you don't listen to me, what, you mania? It's okay, I tried to say. But I want to make it better, so I want to try to get over a little bit into the lane. I'm trying to cut in, and the guy next to me is driving like this. Because he doesn't want to see me, so he doesn't have to let me in. But what he doesn't know is I'm a New Yorker. And so I pull out my secret New Yorker weapon. Stand on the horn. He turns, he looks. Eye contact. Now, we're brothers. He has to let me in without a shot. But as I said, I'm a New Yorker, so I can't just like accept that. Like in America, when someone lets you give him a nice wave, right? Thank you very much. Well, now, I gotta roll down the window and I say to him, actually, don't be such a fryer. Don't be such a sucker. Anyway, that's that. But then, you know, so I get in there, and that's my ways. I was something I was about to tell you about, but I forgot what it was. Oh, yeah, so, well, this is a non sequitur, but any of you like nature videos?
Yeah.
Yeah, like Discovery Channel, National Geographic?
Yeah.
Right. So one thing that I've noticed from watching these videos is that pretty much every animal has sex doggy style. So why do we call it doggy style? Why isn't it just animal style, right? Or like, I don't think people wouldn't want to do it if we called it emu style or something like that, right? Or women can make their men feel good and call it like elephant style or something like that, you know?
Right.
By the way, I hope this isn't too graphic, but have any of you actually seen videos of elephants having sex ever?
No.
I am not making this up. I need you to know something. He's going to tell the truth that it's true. So an elephant male has what is known as a prehensile penis. What that means is that when the elephant male is having sex, he doesn't have to move. He stands completely still, and his penis bends and twists and turns until it hits that exact right spot on his mate. This is the truth. Now you women are wishing you're meant to do it elephant style. Okay. I'm getting old. It's true. One of the ways I knew I was getting old was that I started to lose my hair. Very sad. But the hardest part of that was that the way I found out I was losing my hair was from my barber. Okay? Having your barber tell you you're losing your hair is like finding out you have a drinking problem from your bartender. Okay? I didn't know who was more upset. Me because I was losing my hair, or him because he was losing a customer, you know? And I realized though, it's better to have a receding hairline than an advancing one. Imagine if I had to shave my forehead every morning, right? Another way I knew I was getting old is this. Bowling became exercise. I'm not joking, I went to go bowling with some friends of mine, or for the Israelis here, bowling. Okay? And the next day I called my friend, like, dude, are you aching? Like, it hurt. Like, I didn't know you have to stretch for bowling. Why didn't nobody tell me that you have to stretch for bowling? Like, how do you do that? Like, I don't know, but you need to stretch for bowling, okay? But the thing that I truly, truly look forward to about getting old is that old men never need to censor themselves. They can say whatever they want, okay? When I lived in LA, I used to live in LA, I used to have really long hair down to the middle of my back. And when I lived there, thank you. So when I lived there, this old man who used to go to my synagogue would walk up to me every week. He'd look at me and he'd go, get your hair cut. And I'm like, do you even know my name? He did not, by the way. And then one day he walks up to me, he looks at me, and he goes, you're fat. But Then he had the kicker. The one thing that there's no response to, I swear to God, he walks up to me one time and he says, "You need to listen to me because I'm a Holocaust survivor." What do you say to that? There is no response. Like, it's like, no, right? That's like game, set, cut your hair. So I looked at him and I said, okay, right after Trump becomes president. Anyway, we're going to wrap this thing up. I hope you guys had a great time tonight. Thank you guys all for coming. I want to keep your hands going for all of our comments. We had David Smadja, Gidi Hoffman, special from America, Gidi Hoffman, Livingstone. A couple of logistic things. First of all, stick around. The beer is still here, and it ain't gonna drink itself. Okay? Stick around, drink more, eat more. Second of all, this is called Laughing Lion Comedy. We do one of these shows approximately once every month. If you're interested in hearing about it, sign up on the Facebook page. Sign up on our website, LaughingLionComedy.com. Come to me, give me your email address. I'll give you on a mailing list. It goes out literally once before every show. We would love to have you all sign up. And keep supporting English language comedy in Jerusalem. If anybody's interested, there's another great show tomorrow night that I have nothing to do with, but my good friends, Yossi Tarabus, Benji Lovett, are performing at Alcohol Comedy Basement. We're a community. Please keep supporting English language comedy, and thank you once again to the Beer Bazaar. Thank you.